Wealth and riches. Is that your sole purpose in life? A better way. The internet promotes a plethora of get-rich-quick schemes. Is this a good idea? Why do we crave wealth? Wealth is not the main purpose of life. Money and wealth are concerns, even significant purposes in our lives. Whatever situation we're in, we need money. What role should shooting to be rich play in our lives? This is Chapter 30, Exercise 6 from the book Transform Your Mind, Upgrade Your Life, from The Explanation with Sam Kneller. This is the 6th weekly exercise for a Bible Proverbs therapy. The first 5 exercises finished our first cycle through the 5 aspects of consciousness: purpose, conduct, reasoning, socialization, and rulership. We'll always swing back and restart the cycle. Remember, every single factor that defines humankind is contained in these 5 elements that make us in the image of God. So let's ask, is God rich? If he is, then we have the answer to our question. Of course, God is wealthy. But here's the all-important follow-up question. Does he hoard wealth for himself? No. Proverbs 1:15, verse 16. The heaven, even the heavens, are the Lord's, but the earth has he given to the children of men. Sharing our wealth is our fundamental purpose. God shares his wealth. His purpose is not wealth for wealth's sake. It's wealth to be transmitted for the uplifting benefit of others. When we look at Genesis 1, a sumptuous description of planet Earth, we understand how God has put his wealth at the disposal of the children of men. Here's our proverb for the week. Study it at unlockbiblemeaning.com. Meditate, pray, find related verses, contexts, and stories revealing the principle of sharing one's wealth, including not just finances, but time and energy for the benefit of others. Proverbs 11, verses 24 through 26. There is that scatters and yet increases, and there is that withholds more than is meet, but it tends to poverty. The liberal soul shall be made fat, and he that waters shall be watered also himself. He that withholds corn, the people shall curse him, but blessing shall be upon the head of him that sells it. Exemplary sharing of wealth. How Maria became a liberal soul. In her late 30s, she was a single mother of 2 who discovered a profound purpose in life through her journey to support her family. After her divorce, Maria realized she had to find a way to provide for her kids and herself. She had worked a few part-time jobs before, but now wanted something stable and fulfilling. So she took a leap of faith, pursued a course in web design, and gradually built a small freelancing business. At first, Maria's goal was purely financial. She needed to cover rent, school fees, and daily expenses. However, as her skills improved and her client base grew, she earned more than anticipated. With a newfound financial ability, Maria began to experience a shift in her mindset. She realized how much she valued the journey from acquiring skills to running her own business, and recognized the immense empowerment this brought her life. Then, Maria decided she wanted others to experience the same sense of purpose and fulfillment. She started by reaching out to a few women in her community who faced financial challenges and lacked direction like her. She organized informal training sessions, sharing her knowledge of web design and lessons on entrepreneurship, self-worth, and resilience. Her sessions grew in popularity, and she soon mentored a group of aspiring women eager to create their own paths. As Maria's earnings increased, so did her generosity. She reinvested much of her income into these women's dreams, helping them cover initial expenses for online courses, software, and marketing. She saw her earnings not just as a way to live comfortably, but as a means to inspire and uplift others. Through her support, several of her mentees landed their first freelance gigs, and some even launched small businesses, making enough to support themselves and their families. Maria's financial success allowed her to build a network of women who felt they had a purpose, breaking the cycle of dependency they once felt trapped in. Her story is a powerful example of a woman who didn't just seek to earn money, but also used it as a tool for creating positive change and helping others find their own purpose and self-reliance. The purpose of life is not to be happy. It is to be useful, to be honorable, to be compassionate, to have it make some difference that you have lived and lived well. Ralph Waldo Emerson. Exercises to develop sharing wealth. That's the purpose of wealth. It doesn't come overnight. Depending on what finances, time, and energy you can share right now, make it a short or long-term purpose. Here are 3 practical exercises to get you underway. First, daily acts of kindness. Set aside a specific amount of money or time each day for small acts of generosity. For example, buy a coffee for a stranger, donate a few dollars to a charity, or spend 15 minutes volunteering online. These small acts build the habit of giving and make sharing a natural part of your routine. Second, volunteer your skills weekly. Commit to sharing your skills or knowledge with others once a week. For example, if you're skilled in graphic design, offer to create a logo for a local nonprofit. Or if you're good at teaching, tutor someone who needs academic help. Skill-based volunteering lets you contribute time in ways that are meaningful and effective. Third, monthly reflection and goal setting. At the end of each month, spend some time reflecting on the impact of your sharing efforts. Ask yourself, what did I give this month? How did I make a difference? What would I like to try next month? Setting small goals for the upcoming month keeps you sharing intentionally and meaningfully. Proverbs 22, verse 9. He that has a bountiful eye shall be blessed, for he gives of his bread to the poor. And Proverbs 23, verse 4 and 5. Labor not to be rich, cease from your own wisdom. Will you set your eyes upon that which is not? For riches certainly make themselves wings. They fly away as an eagle toward heaven. We make a living by what we get. but we make a life by what we give. Winston Churchill. 5 weeks ago, we focused on our passions and skills to determine what we really want to accomplish with our lives. This exercise focuses on sharing the results of our purpose with others. When we align these fundamentals and put them into practice, the benefits for ourselves and others are multiple. In the context of transform your mind, upgrade your life, conquering anxiety is a guaranteed benefit. Join the free mini course, just 20 minutes of video, to see the deeper God-intended meaning of Adam and Eve's nakedness, based on 7 keys to master biblical Hebrew with no fuss. theexplanation.com/naked. Thanks for watching. Watch this video now of the next chapter of Transform Your Mind, Upgrade Your Life.